Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be playing around with this and that. So, as we can see, this is a loom that Mikey sold me and it is complete. We have got the interior loom, or the engine loom should I say, up there. And this is the complete interior loom of the car, which I've roughly marked out, as you can see. So, we need to strip this down so I can use what I need. The back end of the loom is no good to me, I've already got all that. What I need is the majority of this part, so I can match that up to the 1.8 turbo. And the fuse box, for example, I'll use the one that's in the car, but I'll just copy the fuses over, place them like for like, and we'll go from there. But before we start that, I'm going to play around some dashboards. There's the original one that was out of this car, no good. This is the one that we're going to use, which is much better condition. This is the one out of Jake's RS4. Got a boost gauge hold, so we will make use of that. I'll probably put it that side though, but I need to buy one of them. So let's first of all get the carbon interior installed, that trim, and we'll start with that door card because it's off, but we do have 3 more that need to do. Without further ado, let's go. Well, this dashboard has been sat here for quite some time, so it has collected quite a bit of dust. This unit loves doing that to everything. So first of all, we need to give it a wipe down. I'll just use some APC that's lying around here. Cheers, Sean. And we'll give it a wipe down. So yeah, for now, that'll do the trick there. I'll give it a proper detail when it's in the car. The windscreen will be out, and while the windscreen's out, I'll give it a proper detail right up to the edge, and I'll use some 303 aerospace, which is really good for UV protecting the dashboards. I'll do it all on the trim, and it gives it a nice sort of like satin sheen to it, if that's such a thing. But that'll finish off the dashboard really nice. But we'll use some proper detailing equipment on this, brushes, etc, etc. But for now, it's all about just getting some bits and bobs on so we can get it mounted. And for that, let's get these mounted. They do look fantastic, don't they? So let's get that done. All eyes. That's that dashboard done then. Let's get it out of the way with. Let's give that door card a clean up. And so yeah, again, RS4 door card with this had both speakers. And as you can see, this is what leaving it in the unit does. So let's give it a hoover and let's give it a good wipe down before we put the carbon fibre on it. So hello everyone, as you can see we're in the daily today, and the reason for that is I've got the AEB head in the back of the car and we're going to take it over to Coltec, which is a local engine builder. Richard has been in the engine world and building and parts for absolute years. He is a wealth of knowledge. He's helped me out with past projects, and it made sense to give him a call about this one. So we're going to take the head down there to see, he's going to bench flow it to see if we can get any more performance out of it, so we can work out where we're going to go with some internals. Now, I've got an idea of the internals through Pro Race Engineering of what is achievable, but I thought, why not ask a local man with the knowledge that he has to see if we can get anything more while we're looking to go ahead with it all. So, without further ado, let's get the car started up. Let's head down to Coltec. Well, we just had a conversation with Richard, and yeah, basically the big port head, which is the AEB head that I've got, that is what it is. He said the only thing that we really do, other than the performance mods that you're planning, is to port match the intake manifold, because there is quite some discrepancy that you wouldn't really expect there to be. He said you could even see it on the intake part of the head where the gasket sits. That there were so many different variations along. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to supply him with my, when we bring the engine down here, I shall be bringing my intake manifold down here, and they will port match them both, so the flow will be better. So we've got no break in it, and it will just travel straight through. So other than that, we'll do the Supertech valves and guides, and uprated this and uprated that in the head. And again, with Richard's knowledge, it was quite good, because I've been looking at the parts kit that they've got on Pro Race Engineering, again, not too far down the road from us. And I was going for, I'd heard about JE pistons, and that was a kit that I was going for. And I'd show him, I just said to him, I go, you know, out of these two kits, what do you recommend? There's only £75 difference between the two. And he said, CP. He said, they've been going for years, quality item. He said, they're the ones. And honestly, Richard, he spent many a time in the past, he was basically the go-to guy when they were bringing in engine parts from China, etc. They used to ask him to check to see whether they were manufacturer safe or safe to be able to use and sell in the UK. So he was that guy. So 2 bonuses. He can get it done within a month. I know what parts to order. Just need to speak to Pro Race now. And yeah, we can't do any more to the engine really than what it's what's already there. So we'll match the bottom end to the pistons that we're going to use. He'll then port match the head, put new internals, make it all nice and new, and get a fully built engine which Pro Race with those internals reckon that can do, 1,000 brake horsepower. We're going to be nowhere near it, but if it can take up to that, then at 450, 500, she's going to be more than capable and comfortable. So let's get back to the unit. Let's get cracking on some other bits and bobs. See you there. Let's go. You might be wondering, why is there a silver Audi A4 behind me? Well, my recent purchase. Now, don't get too excited. I've not bought a silver A4 to turn into a replica. This old girl, she's a bargain, and she's now going to be a parts car for the one that we've been working on. Let me show you around it. Show you what I got for £500. So yeah, after those sort of like pre-roll shots, as you can see here right now, as I fiddle about with the old camera setting there, ignore that. Yeah, what we've got in front of us is a 200,000 mile 1.8 turbo Quattro Sport. So yeah, I suppose nowadays a little rarity. And I got to be honest, it does seem a shame to end up using it for parts, but it has failed an MOT. It's been sat around for a year, and like I just said, it's only owes me £500, and the Audi A8 Fat Fives, they'll cover most of that, selling them. Interior, headline and clock, steering wheel, any other little bits and bobs, panels, etc, etc. I think it's probably on some coilovers of sort, I don't know yet. All those will come to make me a little bit of profit, and then I'll have tons of parts for that poor neglected old soul, so that I can always come back to it to grab some bits off it. She's also been, let's just say it, the previous owner to the one that I've just bought it off, let's just say, has had some choice mods on it. And yeah, it's not up to my standards. So as much as I've considered putting it back on the road, fixing it up and rolling around in it, because I do love a B5, it's just, it doesn't make sense. The money that I'd have to put into it wouldn't make it worthwhile. That poor dirty old soul out there is an absolute trooper. So this is a parts car. So if you're listening and you want anything that I don't want, that is, hit me up on Instagram would be best. Nathan_N10WCO is my Instagram name. And yeah, I'll eventually start putting bits and bobs up for sale. Now, the only annoying thing about this car is it's come 2 weeks too late, because I've just bought all that loom, an engine loom, and some other bits and bobs from Mikey as he was breaking his 1.8 turbo, and now I've just bought a facelift 1.8 turbo with everything in it that I needed. So now I have paid out for 2 lots that I don't. But, you know, you don't know what's coming around the corner. I didn't know this was going to be there, so you just got to grab onto it when it's there, and at some point someone else might want a loom. It doesn't really matter if not. Turbo, you know, engine loom, that might be beneficial to someone, and so on and so on. You know, there were parts that we did buy from Mikey that obviously I do need or did want, carbon fibre, RS4 clutch, etc. So it's just coincidental that I've ended up buying, yeah, this, and it's got everything that I wanted on it. So yeah, main reason for this car, obviously, like I've just said, there'll be bits and bobs that I need. My headlights on this car, the brackets on the bottom are broken on the facelift ones. Hopefully these aren't, but I can't guarantee that. I'm talking about Club Sport in this now, so we're going to go for a very minimalist interior, but an interior of sorts. That had blue carpet, this has black. Now, I know it's not an Avant, and it is a saloon, but I'm pretty certain that carpet is going to be fine to fit. These, I haven't got them. I've actually got headlining parts in a box that I've had for this when Manda was using it, my partner, to do a black roof on and stuff like that. They're in the box, and they've been in there for about 5 years now. So I've got roof line and stuff, and I've still got a roof liner which I can trim. But yeah, there'll be parts that I was thinking about buying and needing to buy. The dashboard parts might be better than the ones I've got, etc, etc. And I can start going through all those bits and picking and choosing what's good and what's not. And I've got the parts that I do need: kick seals, B pillars, lower B pillars that is. I've got a carpet set now. I've got door cards should I choose it. The ones that I got off Jake aren't better. I think that's going to be vice versa though. I think I'll end up selling this interior as a whole. And there'll be other little bits like when I took the doors off this one, I broke the lower trims. Now I have a set. Obviously I've got to try and get them off without breaking them. But a massive rarity for any of you B5 guys out there, you'll know, finding one of these with a full set of door trims on it is pretty rare. But I have a set now. And yeah. Everything I need, once I've sold the wheels on it, anything that I need, I'll be making money and I'll be in profit. And yeah, you can't go wrong with that. So yeah. Another car to take apart, another car to take parts off, another car that will take time away from doing the actual car that I should be working on. But in the words of Hot Fuzz, it's all for the greater good. So let's get to it.